Hello and welcome to my channel where we may be dazed, but we are not confused. We're going to be doing a special listening to seashells message for the sign of Libra. So I will be showing you 3 different images of seashells, and I'd like for you to pick the one that resonates with you the most. After you make your selection, look down below to find the timestamp of your video and receive your message. Libra, welcome to seashell number 1. All right, the cards that you've selected are showing that at the root of your message, there is this sense of feeling as if you allowed some type of work that you did. It could be, I feel like it's creative work that you were working on. You were trying to express yourself, and you were having to kind of go outside the box in order to do that. There could be some energy of that. I'm also picking up that this could be, for some of you, a portion of you, it could be looking back on how maybe some of the partnerships that you were in, relationship wise, some of your essential relationships, they may have been kind of, not what you perceived as being a norm for you. And you could be looking back on that and maybe having I'm really picking up maybe even a little bit of regret about that. It could have been that there were multiple partners and you did not feel, looking back on it, you're looking at it like it was a waste of your time, it was a waste of your energy. I feel like you may have felt like you violated your own energetic boundaries in that. And let's see, I'm also picking up a group who is looking at, actions that you may have taken in order to try to express yourself creatively, but what you were expressing and the way that you went about it doesn't necessarily have to be, of a physical nature. It could be something that you looked at as being, you know, you not taking the highest road that you could have, or making decisions to do things that kind of went against your morality or your own moral integrity, and that is something that you're looking back on. All right. So I feel like, there's this sense of like just being rooted at a soul level with who you are and how you want to express that, how you want to show up in the world. That's what I'm really feeling. Because I feel like whenever you are trying to show up in like your highest way, or in a way that's going to be true to who you are, it attracts the attention of many individuals, but not everybody that is there is being attracted to that for the sake of just enjoying you. It's a taking energy that leaves you feeling drained, that leaves you feeling like you have not been, I feel like I'm hearing like you're not honoring your temple, is what I'm picking up here. All right. So the message that is coming forth in your shell here, I'm saying, is get ready for new horizons. All right. So you could be looking back on this and feeling like, you know what, I'm about to move. I'm moving to a new space. This could be geographically. Um, it could also be like if this was a project or something that you were working on, maybe you're going to be working with people from a foreign location. For some of you, it might be Asia, someplace in Asia. All right. Um, but really just turning a new leaf and just going into something foreign. For others of you, it could be that it's just foreign. You're moving into foreign territory. If you're a person that, perceived yourself, and this is no shade, because some people, it depends on the eye of the beholder and how you view yourself. If you were somebody that might have perceived themselves as being somewhat promiscuous, this new place that you're moving to is going to be foreign to you because you're not used to this. This could be that you're moving into celibacy. It could be that you're going to be single, or you're not going to be, you're changing the way that you express yourself, or you're doing something that's just really different for you. Um, you want to do something completely different. You're turning a new page. I'm picking up like on a collective level. This is about recognizing that there's been a shift that's happened in the way in which we see things, the way in which we value things, things that may have had a lot of value and had a lot of clout or seemed like it was everything just seems very piddling now. An example of that is like on some social media. Prior to this, like it was huge, like who has the fanciest clothes, who has the best makeup, who has the best, whatever. Even from a dating perspective, we had, there was Tinder and there's all these different ways that people were reaching out to people. But with the shift that we've kind of come into, all of that has been seriously kind of restricted. So, people are not able to get in contact with people as much as they did. So like a lot of these things have changed. In a lot of places, people have to wear masks over their face. So it's like very few people are out here with full face makeup when you've got a mask over it. Nobody's going to see it. So things have shifted. And I feel like for you, you're recognizing that maybe some of the energies and the ways in which you were interacting with your world and your social circles and your environment no longer match what is happening. And so you're turning a page to this new space and you're showing up differently. You feel the need to show up differently. All right. Um, you may have even felt like I feel like you're looking back on it and you're recognizing that, you were just trying to fit in. Like these may not have even been your actual values, but because you looked around you and you felt like, this is what's happening, I'm a part of this. It's kind of, I'm hearing like a hive mind of, that's how people were showing up. So you're showing up that way too. You're just going with the flow because this is what you do if you want to be not the weird person, you know? Um, and you weren't really being true to yourself. All right. I feel like you gave to everybody else except for you. If we're talking about the relationships, your physical relationships, sensual relationships, I feel like you put the needs of your partner above yourself. You may have put yourself in situations that were not affirming to you and that were not honoring of yourself out of the need to, well, this is what people do when they get into relationships or they're dating or they're doing this. And you didn't want to. But I feel like you put yourself in that space and you weren't putting your own needs first and your needs were not being met, and however you want to take that. Um, I feel like it was important for you at this point to recognize that with this shift, a lot of beliefs have changed, a lot of things have ended. And so you feel like it's safe for you to release your allegiances from these types of, collective, zeitgeist mind frames that were not affirming to you. Like you're ready to shift to this new way of doing things or seeing things because they weren't in alignment with you anyway. All right. It was like this, it's almost like a hive has been emptied and there's a new hive forming, a new way of seeing things. But in that, I would just say to really make sure that you don't just substitute one structured belief or way of doing things or operating because everybody else is doing it for another. Really dig deep and connect with yourself to see what it is that you are about. Show up as your authentic self. All right. So that you can, that's not going to lead you wrong. I think trying to jump on whatever anybody else is doing is going to lead you wrong every time if it's not in alignment with who you are. The only time it won't is if what you are and who you are is in alignment with what the other people are, and then you can bounce off of each other. All right, so I'd like to read the healing message for releasing allegiances here. All right. It says, I love my body and my body loves me. I trust my body and my body trusts me. I love wisdom and wisdom loves me. I trust wisdom and wisdom trusts me. All right. So this is the message for that card. And you also have persistence. Um, Actually, I'm going to read the rest of that because there's another visualization that goes with that. And I feel like this would be important for someone who's struggling with issues of like personal boundaries and bodily autonomy is what I'm picking up. Sense, visualize, feel, or intend that there be a beautiful emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy in it. It rises up from the earth below you and bathes your body until you are floating in an ocean of emerald green light with golden sparkling flecks of energy within it. Let it fizz and wash around you and through you, right into the cells of your being. Finally, let it form a bubble of light around you, encasing you like an egg or shell, from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet. On either side of you, front and back. Let it be close enough that it feels protective and spacious enough that you can breathe easily. Take your time, and when you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your healing process, right? And this says, provided that you follow up and have some more time for yourself, of course. All right. And that, of course, was in the book. I didn't add that. All right. So persistence. Persistence says, this is your peace oracle. Nothing could be worse than the fear that one had given up too soon and left one unexpended effort that might have saved the world. Jane Addams. Success is guaranteed. It is just a matter of time, dedication, and persistence. You can overthrow doubt and gloriously rise to every obstacle. Peace is here to support you, to catch you, and dare you on to the next attempt. Try with some oomph, and you'll triumph. A disheartening obstacle or opposition, a temporary setback or bothersome detour. Dogged determination is required. Seek positive reinforcement, resourcefulness, an alternate path to your desired destination. I can do this. I am closer than I have ever been to success. Every no brings me closer to a yes. I have more knowledge, contacts, and skills than ever before. I have the stamina, resourcefulness, and confidence to stay true to my purpose. My destination is peace. All right. So that is the message I have for you with seashell number 1. If this is your last video, I will see you in the future. If not, I will see you in the next video. Thank you. All right. Seashell number 2. So at the root of your message, have the 3 of Pentacles and go with the flow. So what I'm seeing here is a group of people, it could be a group of 3 or more people who are coming together and deciding to put their skills, their passions, their talents together so that they can fulfill whatever directive or mission or purpose or belief or like their highest expression of themselves on this planet. That's what I see here. These are individuals who are, I feel like you're a part of these individuals or you're aware of these individuals. They are in tune with their soul and they're riding a wave. They're intuitively picking up what's going on around them, receiving the message, and they're about to ride a wave into the future, into something that's going to naturally take them to where they need to be. All right. Again, this is taking place because these individuals have really come into alignment with who they are and they are accepting internally like what their soul's desire is, and they have combined forces. They are coming together. They're bringing skills to the table that will help each other person come together and kind of lock in. They're locking in what it is that they're able to contribute so that they can make this work. Okay, it's like they're cogs on a machine and each one has its function so that each of them doing what it is that brings them their passion, their soul's purpose, puts them collectively into alignment with a higher thing. All right. And so this is, like I said, this is a lot of success for this person. These people, okay, they have a lot of, this could be you have a lot of business opportunities that are coming in, working together in alignment with people who are connected at the heart. You could be coming from a time of kind of being like lost in the scary wood of like not knowing where you're going or not really having a plan for the future. But I'm seeing you like entering into like a valley with a path stretched out before you. This card that I'm looking at, the Gates of Triumph, it actually has like green hills and a pathway with the sun kind of in the background, which has kind of been like it was a motif for a previous set of readings that I did for the New Horizons. So if you did not get a chance to watch that, definitely check that out. And it's kind of just speaking to being on the cusp of something new. Like you're riding a wave coming into something new, and this is going to open up your success because it's like you're at a crossroads. And because you made the right choices at these crossroads to take the path that's going to lead to your success, that is where you're going. Now, if this is not related to you, right now, it could also mean that this is what you're needing to do in order to move into the success that you're looking for. And I'm seeing a lot of fulfillment, a lot of joy in doing this. All right. So, whatever it is that these individuals are working on, it could be nature based. So, it could be, I'm hearing like eco villages, like maybe people are going out and getting land together. All right. And they're going to start an eco village, some type of community, or they're joining a community. Um, it could have something to do with, something outdoors, something definitely with nature. I'm also getting that because these people are bringing their skills together and they're trying to make their dreams come true, their collective dreams come true, they're going to be very bountiful because they're aligning themselves with the bounty of the universe that wants that to happen anyway. Because when that happens, it helps everybody. It raises the vibration of everyone. It makes everyone's life better when we all do these things in our own lives. A lot of times we hear, and this is just an aside, it's my personal thing, but a lot of times we hear people talk about saving the world and how what needs to happen. But we start in our own homes, in our own lives, by being true to ourselves. I think of the quotes where it says, evil that's perpetuated is not just done because people are doing it, it's because people stand by and they don't do anything. So, it's not saying that you don't get involved in what's going on, but the best way to have a meaningful change is to make the shift that you need to make in your life if you're not doing it, to be who it is that you came to be, and find other people that are doing that. And if it's a solo thing, then it's a solo thing. If you're a person that needs to work with a group, or it involves having a group, try to find that group. And that helps to put things into a different alignment because people are living a different life. They feel better. They're doing something, and that becomes contagious. All right. I'm seeing that, this this is very it's healing for these individuals. Like I said, I felt earlier like these individuals had kind of been maybe people may have viewed them as kind of wanderers. They didn't really know what they're doing. They don't know what their purpose is. Kind of, you know, when we were in a paradigm of like you have to know exactly what you're doing and go into this spot and this is what you are, that was looked down upon and frowned upon. But I feel like the time that was taken to really figure out who you are and what you're about has led these individuals to a space where they're able to, because they've kind of restored and replenished themselves internally, now they're able to go out and receive the bounty. All right. I'm picking up like these individuals are just really being nurtured and nourished by, their environment. It could be the environment, like I said, this could be them going out into nature, starting an eco village where it's their livelihood and their sense of well being is supported by the nature around them. I'm also picking up like on a higher level cosmic consciousness. These are people being tuned into that and doing well because of that. All right. Let me read. I'm going to read you the healing message for that, for this storm, this card, restore and replenish. It says, imagine that you are floating in an ocean that has colors of turquoise to deep green and darkest, deepest blue. Notice what colors feel good. Enter and remain in that space for as long as you like. The water might be warm and sparkling, shallow and heated by the sun, or cool, deep, and mysterious. Allow it to be whatever feels good for you. When you are ready, open your eyes and break that routine of yours. You will have completed your healing process. Okay. And of course, it takes more, than that just to heal. It's not just something like you just, read it and you feel better. We know. But it's just something that's neat to take into the context of your situation. So that's why I read that. Let's also read your peace oracle. All right. Before I read this, I want to say that I feel like whoever this is had to walk away from a lot of beliefs, past stories that they told themselves or that were told to them that caused them a lot of struggle, and that they're writing a new story. They're releasing that and writing a new path and coming together with other people who want the same things in order to make that happen as a group. Okay. Release. You cannot find peace by avoiding life. Virginia Woolf. In the struggle, you put your pain aside. Amidst the chaos, you called on poise, considered action, careful words, and keen focus. The storm is over. You are safe. You are loved. Release the tears. Set your heart free. Overwhelming or unexpected emotion. Tiredness, lack of concentration, or tears. A past trauma or sadness is triggered. Raw expression in a safe and loving environment. I cry the tears of 1,000 years and they are gone. I dance the fury of 1,000 battles and it is gone. I succumb to the weariness of 1,000 struggles and am renewed. Safe in the embrace of the universe, I express all of myself. I am at peace once more. All right, that is what I have for seashell number 2. If this is your last video, then I wish you well and I will maybe see you in the future. If not, I will see you on the next video. Seashell number 3. All right, Libra. So at the root of your message, what I'm seeing here is this could be a person that's in a relationship who feels as if there is some competition. So there could be a third party person. Okay, this could be you or somebody else who could be trying to impede upon like a true love situation. So you have two people who really are, their relationship is divinely guided and inspired. They really are trying to, I feel like it could be a spiritual relationship. They're really trying to follow their soul and make this a beautiful thing. Like they're trying to do right by each other. I feel like they're connected, heart, mind. There may even be, between these two individuals, like they might even have telepathic communication, like all kind of stuff. So, and I feel like it's a source of joy for them. But there's an individual, again, who also feels. So actually, I'll say this. This person, I feel like, is watching the relationship, and because they are not a part of that relationship, they feel, watching the light shine off of this. And the beauty of it is it's kind of inciting them to want to compete and be the person that's in that relationship. There's a tiger on this card, and it's kind of like looking at it like with a predatory nature. So the thing about this is I feel like this person has a lot of moxie. They have a lot of passion and a lot of whatever they need. I feel like in the past that this has worked well for them. Like this individual is very good at finding partners that are already partnered up with someone and then making their case and putting out why they should be that person that's there. And very often I feel they are victorious. But the thing about this, okay, because we've got the sun here on the lover's card and I've got the moon on this competition card. You need both. But I feel like this relationship is the real thing, okay? The relationship that's currently existing. And they're really just looking at each other. This person on the outside, this is not real. This is just the challenge of winning and getting something that's fueling this person. So if you know the moon is beautiful, it's luminous. You see it at night. It's the darkness that makes you able to see it, the fullness of it. But it does not have its own light. It is reflecting the light off of the sun. So this person is going to be attractive to, this could be a male or a female, take it however it falls for you. On the other side of this relationship, this person is going to look very attractive in the moment, but only while these two people are receiving the light of the sun from each other. This person on the side is reflecting back the light from that relationship and trying to show themselves in contrast to that. And they're beautiful. They are beautiful. They might be talented, might have all kind of things going on. And they can really, I feel like they're able with this moon energy, um, to pull on the tide of emotion, use the tide of emotion. I mean, I feel like this person might even do moon magic, I'm seeing here, to help them. So they might be, I don't like to get into that too much, but like they might even be doing some type of love spell and using moon magic to play off of emotion and the wave and the cycles of emotions that we have to posture themselves, to cast themselves in the best possible light. But the issue is that this light is coming from the existing relationship. So I feel like the pattern is that when this person gets into this relationship, they win, they compete, they make themselves known, they succeed in breaking that up and becoming the other party to that. They don't have any light of their own and the light's not there, and then you cannot see them because they were reflecting the light off the moon. Now you just have darkness. And then that's usually when those relationships end, I feel, for this person. And then they have to go find another partner that's happily engaged and that there's a lot of divine light coming from it. And it doesn't even have to be that these people are happily engaged or that they even look like it. I mean, there has to be some crack. I feel like this person is good at finding the cracks in the foundations and finding how to get in there, where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm looking at this lover's card and this male here. It could be more, this isn't always the case, but I feel like it could be the male might have some type of sexual desire or some kind of passion that's not being met. And this person on this card, I've got smoke. So it's like they're picking up the smoke. There's some kind of burning desire that they can come in and capitalize off of. All right, because it's the darkness. There's something dark. There's something going on that's hidden, not dark and bad, but just hidden. And they're good at finding that stuff. And so they look sparkly and shiny in the midst of that. But they're not able to sustain a relationship on the principle of having one and the work that goes into it. Their specialty is in coming in to be the contrast to that. All right. There has to be a problem. There has to be something wrong. And then they look good compared to that. But they're not currently, I don't want to say ever, this person is not able to sustain that on their own. Okay. So let's look at the message. And I'm not trying to, throw shade, but I have to say the message the way it is because somebody needs to hear that, and we can choose how we want to show up. And sometimes even if that is you that's on that side that's showing up that way, maybe no one's ever told you, you've never seen yourself that way. You may not have been able to get that perspective on it, and it might be helpful to see that, just to see how you're showing up in that dynamic, because it may not be something that you're conscious of or something that you really want to do. You may not have seen it that way. So I think it's important to get that out so that wherever you fall, If it's helpful, then that's the intention of this. If it helps you get just a little bit more aware of yourself and to come into your true happiness, because I will say that the individual here is not happy with this, because what they're coming after is that light, because and that's what they're fighting for, but they don't realize that what you're really fighting for, what you think is what this other person has, but what you're really trying to get is what you already have inside you, but that you're not able to see, and you're projecting it onto these other individuals and then coming up empty handed. So hopefully the message will speak a little bit into that. Okay, so the message coming here from the shell is that there's some distant thunder, so it's important to clear the air. So like I said, where there's smoke there's fire. For the individuals that are in this relationship, there's something going on in the distance. Okay, you might be vaguely aware of it, something kind of rumbling in the background. Earlier, I said something about telepathic communication between these two. I mean, it could just also be stormy weather between the two. Like there's some cloudiness. There might be some confusion in communication and how relating to one another. And this has the potential to become a thunderstorm later. Okay. It's friction from emotions, this rain droplets that are having enough friction and condensation to create thunder. So to me, this is emotions that are collecting, and it's going to crack and create some thunder here. Okay. Um, and it's important because even if this is not being, I feel like it's enough of it to where people on the outside externally can pick it up. And if this was the type of relationship where everybody kind of looks up to it and they think it's this wonderful thing, be aware people are seeing the cracks, and it's kind of like blood in the water here. Um, so, I feel like I feel like there could be a little bit of confusion here. Like I said, the people in this relationship, they feel like this is divinely inspired, like this is the real thing. But because of these underlying issues, these hidden things that are happening, this person may feel as if they're being guided to leave, to take a chance and try something different. All right. They feel like they're being led to do something else. But what it is the competition of this other person who is very good at breaking apart and, for this, just for the sake of one-upmanship and competing, getting into these relationships. And if this is a divinely inspired, so maybe these two people are very spiritual, or maybe they're religious, or they're just in tune with themselves in some way, that could be the angle that this person is taking. They're trying to show up as if they are also divinely, you're supposed to be with them because this is what is supposed to happen. That's where the universe wants you to go. This is what God wants for you. This is what your spirituality is telling you to do next. And so someone is being tempted here to take a chance in a new space and try something different. Okay. Um, so the best I'm also seeing here, I have in the world, but not of the world. Okay. So, I feel like I feel is like the other person that's in this relationship that might be feeling like they're being tempted to leave, might be feeling like they're in the relationship, but it's not really there. It's like it could be a long term thing. It could be a very beautiful type of situation from the outside, like maybe people see it, or the two people are so compatible and they've been together and they're just going through a hard time. But this person might feel like they're in it, but they're not really in it. They're not experiencing it. Like they're just going through the motions of it. And like I said, that burning desire, there might be something going on that's making them more likely to be tempted by, oh, I'm missing something. Like I'm here, but there's all this other stuff going on. So, maybe secretly, like they're looking into, you know, I feel like this may have happened earlier, but like when I'm seeing like social media where you have a lot of different types of people and lots of different whatever. And like dating is so different for people that are single. And that, people look at it differently in different ways, but there's so many types of, men and women, and they all look this way and that. And I feel like this person might be being tempted to try something different because you're looking at people that don't look like your partner, or they don't whatever, and that um, fantasy. And I'm really picking up very strongly that this is fantasy, because if this person goes that direction, they're going to find that the part of the fun of this for this other individual is being successful in breaking apart relationships, because it's a form of validation. You were willing to leave this person behind for me. There's something about me that makes me so much better than this person, or makes me so much more special, that you're willing to lose it all for me. And that's all this person needs. But they're not able to maintain a relationship and to connect at that level. It's more about that I want to prove that I'm the best, that, almost like a man eater is what I'm hearing, or a woman eater. This could go either way. A man or a woman who gets their sense of worth from tearing down others, okay? And specifically in relationships, okay? Again, this is not meant to be offensive, but this is what I'm saying here. So, um, yeah. So I'm going to read this, and this is funny how this is coming up, so this healing process, all right? This, I feel, this is weird, because it can go two different ways. This could be a person that feels like they need to leave. I'm picking up two energies. A person that feels like they need to just bust out and get free and just go for it with this other individual. And I'm also feeling that and so that's on the negative of this. On the positive, or the healing aspect of this, is this individual who gets their sense of worth from holding on to other people's stuff, breaking up other relationships to prove their worth. There's something that they need to release, and that they need to allow themselves to be freed from, so that they can really get rooted within themselves and get their value there. So it says, imagine you are running naked into a sea, ocean, river, or waterfall. Be cleansed. Feel it happening. Be with it and enjoy the sensation of it. Feel freed of any weight that you no longer need, be it physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. Let go on all levels. All right. So, like I said, remember, there's two different groups. There's the individual who's being tempted to leave this and step out, that's trying to get free and just go for it. And then there's the person who needs to let go of some hurt and some lack of connection with themselves, that's causing them to have to latch on to other people and destroy their relationships to get some sense of worth. Okay. They need to let go so that they can be free in their own selves. Okay. So, your Peace Oracle card here is action. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Okay. And like I said, I'm picking up two different energies. Again, this one goes the same too. This is really weird. I've never had that before. But this is a message. So if you're listening to this and this is your partner, and you know that this could possibly be your partner, then this is the action that they're possibly trying to do something about. So hear it that way. And then for the individual who might be trying to, um, do something that is going to be harmful to others, this could be a message as well. Okay. So action. Change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now without delay. Peace is not passive. It is an innate longing and an active pursuit. Peace does not idly wait for better days. It walks shoulder to shoulder with justice. It anticipates, nurtures, defends, heals, supports, caresses, and orders troubles away. Quest for peace. Claim it and take it to the world. A dream will remain merely a dream unless you do something about it. Make something happen. Take strong, decisive action for yourself or on behalf of someone else. I love this life. I care for it, nurture it, and prepare for it. I tend to life as an attentive lover, anticipating its needs, shouldering its burdens, and championing its successes. Beautiful life, I adore you. Action makes perfect my noble intentions. I act for peace. I act for life. All right. So that is the message I have for you for seashell number 3. If that is the last video, I wish you well, and I will see you perhaps in a future video. If not, I will see you on the next video.